Hello. Drink some water. Hello. I am Drea, and I figured the best way to kind of start this avenue for me to just get education and stuff out is to just jump right in. So that's what I'm gonna do. A little tiny backstory is my name is Drea. I'm a mommy to an angel baby in heaven and to a little girl here on earth with us. Married my high school sweetheart. We have been through hell and back together, and the road was rough, but my favorite love story is ours. So there's that. I have been a hairstylist for 17 years and in the hair and beauty world. And then recently, 3 years ago, fell upon a life of essential oils. And about a year ago, decided I wanted to jump into the business side of the essential oil world, and then actually just very recently decided to do that full time. So that is what I am doing. That's my little story. I am with Young Living Essential Oils. Love them, stand by them 1000%, and we'll get into a few things. You can check my Instagram, which is Drea, DREA period or dot RUIZ period DELGADO, Drea Reese Delgado. You can check that. I have a video on there as well that is just kind of clarifying a lot of the misconceptions and things like that. I know I'm just going to address it super quick. I know that there's a documentary out right now, which one of the amazing things about documentaries is they don't have to be factual. So we'll just let that be. And one of the amazing things about life is that the truth always wins. May take some time, may have its moments or whatever, but it always wins, and I stand firm for that. So I'm going to stand strong on that being all that I say about what can be out there. All right, so falling into essential oils, how did that happen? Through a rough road of 13 years of infertility with my husband, 3 rounds of fertility drugs, 3 rounds of failed fertility drugs, we kind of decided that, hey, maybe being parents wasn't really going to be us, before us. And I'm not super great with all the speaking and things, so we're just going to throw my Valor and my little essential oils on me right now just to get my nerves going. We just kind of figured that it just wasn't going to be for us, and no matter how bad I wanted it, and no matter that it was probably the only thing that I wanted, it just looked like it wasn't going to happen. So at this point I decided, all right, I gotta just let go type thing. So him and I talked, and it actually was either the weekend or the weekend after we talked about it, just being like, hey, you know what, it's probably just not gonna happen, that we decided to just kind of do a shift in our life, like me start heading things more natural, bringing natural things into my life type thing. I started yoga and fell in love with it, and was just like, okay, I'm ready to see where all this takes us, and I was super excited about it. So I had a friend invite me to learn about oils, and right away I was kind of like, oh my gosh, it's just like another selling thing, you know, like the modern day Tupperware party, you know. And I was just kind of like, whatever, I'll go, because I'm that friend that will go to anything you invite me to. So I went and half listened, guys. I now feel so bad, but I literally half listened, and in the end was kind of like, I'll just buy whatever just to be like, hey, great. So I bought one that she kind of advertised as insects, bugs, the little summer bloodsuckers, don't like. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. My husband gets chewed up, you know, so he'll love this and whatever. She did try to talk to me about like a better need instead of just being like, hey, just buy anything you want. You know, she was just like, there's something that will better suit you. We can chat or whatever. And I was like, no, we can't. So long story short, that oil worked fabulously amazing. Purification, if any of you are wondering. And it just got, the little antenna, little fillers started coming out and just piqued my interest. So, I guess I'm answering a few questions. That's why I keep glancing over a few questions that I've been getting. So the first one was what drew me to essential oils. I think it was just a friend invited me, is literally that one thing. But then what drew me was there was something inside me that's always been kind of drawn to the natural and kind of drawn to just the God-made like plants, and I was just something was stirred inside me. So I did look into all of that, and if anyone knows me, you know that I overly research everything, literally everything. So at first I was just researching essential oils in general, and one second. Sorry. So I was and then I found like, oh my gosh, I do want these, and this is something I want in my life and I want to be part of. So I just kind of dove into a company. It was not Young Living. Oh, my daughter fell asleep. My husband just told me. So I just dove into a company that was not Young Living. And I did use some of the oils, and I was super excited, and I sadly actually still have a couple of them. And that was from like 4 years ago, because I didn't see a difference. And so I was kind of like, oh, everyone's talking about these oils, and maybe they just don't work for me. Like I'm just the person that they're just not gonna work for, you know. I like bought the kit. It was pretty pricey for them to do nothing, but whatever. It was what it was. But there was still that little inkling inside me that was like, but I there's something more to this, you know? So that's when I started doing the research on essential oil companies. And oh my gosh, guys, it was like over a year of research that I did. And then I realized, okay, I want Young Living. Young Living stood out by far to me. If another, like whatever stands out to you, do you. You do you, and make sure that you just are staying true to yourself. I jumped in and was like, wow, after I did so much research, I was like, by far, there was like no comparison to me. So I was like, all right, I'm going to try this one. And their starter kit was a little cheaper. And so I got it, and the whole starter kit, it's like basically, because I'm like, wait a minute, am I going to start a business? Because I'm not into this. Like, I had been with Mary Kay. I had been a Mary Kay consultant. The duration of that was 18 years. I was a Mary Kay consultant. So I was like, you know what? And it worked with the hair career and everything. So I was like, I don't want to add anything else to that. Like, I literally just want to buy. Well, starter kit was basically just to start a life of oils, to start a natural life, to take like your wellness into your own hands. So I was super excited. It seemed smart. It seemed good. It seemed like what I wanted to do. So I did it, and I jumped in doing it. Well, in the process of that, I kid you not, it probably was like within days, I started seeing differences in my life. Within a month, drastic difference. So different that, in fact, after ridding the crap from our house and learning about these things and bringing in some amazing different oils, Progessence Plus, by the way. So after bringing in the amazing oils, oh my gosh, I'm already almost out of this. Sorry, it's all right, it's on my order. We got pregnant within a month. So I was super stoked and excited. Used essential oils throughout my entire pregnancy, which guys, I'm not a good pregnant person. I was super nauseous, super sick, all the things, but peppermint works amazing. I even dropped a little drop in my water and would take that down, and it would take the nausea and all that. Amazing. So I guess so the next question was why Young Living? There's a million reasons. It stood out to me times 1,000. I would love to get in and tell you guys all about it. If you have any questions, we can get into all of that, or maybe I'll just do a video on why Young Living on its own, because I feel like that can be a whole video by itself. And then what oil made me a believer? So many. Purification right from the get-go, seeing the difference in supporting my husband in keeping the pesky bugs away because they attack him, and he didn't even get a bite, was huge. And I was like, that's awesome. We have so much digestive issues in this house, or we had, so Digize for all the digestive support, that's an instant notice gratification thing. Progessence Plus helped support my hormones, and we were able to get pregnant in a month after 13 years in fertility, 3 rounds of fertility drugs, failed fertility drug attempts. So that one will always be near and dear to my heart. There's so many. I wouldn't even know which one made me the believer. I would say kind of all of them. If you knew my story or knew my history or knew my health history or anything like that, you literally would stand aboard with me saying, yeah, pretty much all of them were what made her a believer. Biggest changes from essential oils? Oh my gosh, everything. But I don't want to give a generalized answer like that. I would have to say being more aware of everything, being more aware of what I put into my body, being more aware of what we put on our body, around our bodies, on my daughter, like there's so many things that we just don't use on her now. Like, we were blessed to not have to use antibiotics when she was little and she got a UTI and stuff. We were blessed to not have to do that. Of course, I'm not someone who doesn't believe in Western medicine. If it's needed, we're definitely going to use it. But it's just been something that we've just been blessed to not have to with her. Also, it's created the biggest change in me right now. So I was a lot older when I got pregnant. I was 35, had her at 36. Right? I think so, yeah. So, no, that can't be right. I had her at 35. Who knows? I'm 37. She's 2. It's had her at 35. But being older, there was a lot of hormonal shifts and changes. And after having a baby, as many moms know, you change. You tend to feel like you lose yourself. And you tend to feel like you're like kind of an identity crisis, to be honest. Well, the cool thing was I've been able to support that with oils, but more recently it's helped create this whole new lifestyle for me. I've just been like, we are able to grow our own food. We have 2 gardens, one in front, one in back. We're able to use plants, basically plants, to clean our house, fuel our bodies, support our systems, all the things. And now I did switch to a plant-based diet just very recently, just because I was starting to realize just the power of plants and their magic and their beauty. They were just made for us. I happen to be Christian, and all the way in Genesis it says that all like the plants and the fruit were made for us to eat. So I kind of threw that in, and it's just a huge lifestyle change from the oils. And even to like more recently, like literally weeks now of complete changing my life. So I'm excited to see what comes of that. So biggest change from essential oils would have to be my life, because it's amazing. Um, Current favorite oil. I would say Valor. Just because of everything that life is throwing at us right now, Valor is a fillings supporter. Valor is a fillings supporter. It is a courage booster. It is a mind calmer. Like, it is, Valor is my love. So when I have this, like in this, I have Valor, Vetiver, frankincense, peace and calming. I think that might be it. But I use this thing all the time, and it completely helps. And I would have to say Valor is definitely a fave right now. But then the very next question is most used oil. Thieves, hands down, across the board. Thieves. Like, we use Thieves at everything. We use Thieves in the diffuser. Thieves gets rubbed on the bottom of my baby's feet, up and down our spines. Always dilute your oils. Make sure you're using oils and you're listening to your team, because that's where the education and support comes from. You don't want to misuse oils, because that's when problems happen. You also don't want to use not high quality oils. So if you're able to run into a store and buy a $5 bottle of frankincense, which would take way more than that to distill and put in a bottle and give to you, it's probably not a great oil to use on, in, or around you. But as long as you're doing it correctly and you're using the right stuff, there's no limit to what these things can do. So Thieves, definitely the most used oil. We use Thieves toothpaste. I have even Thieves just like lozenges that we use, just for all the immune support we need right now. So Thieves, hands down. Why I chose the business side. That's an awesome question, because I was not going to jump into another network marketing or MLM, multi-level marketing. For everyone who freaks out about those terms, that literally is everything. I see a lot of the people out there right now doing so many things. From like Mary Kay to Tupperware to the lash business to all of them. That's just a network marketing, just lumps them together. MLMs lumps them together. It's the way that it works. That's what they're called. It's not scary. It's the name of the game. Why I chose the business side. One, because we have a baby. She's 2 years old. I love to be able to be with her. Although I didn't decide to do the business side of it when I had her. I actually just recently decided to dive into it about a year ago. So she was a year, and then decided to do it full time now, just a matter of weeks ago, if that. And that's for so many things. Because of the current state of the world, it just made me want to help give people answers, help give people power back in them being in charge of their lives, their wellness, the chemicals that are entered into their bodies, which ultimately gets entered by coming into their house. So I just wanted to show people there's more options out there. I wanted to make this a full-time career, because I've seen a lot of my friends and family and people that mean so much to me dealing more with anxiety, depression, panic attacks, stress, dealing with just health issues, dealing with just everyday run-of-the-mill life stuff. And I feel like I'm kind of holding on to a secret. I feel like I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I could totally tell them something that can help with that. But I just haven't, because I didn't want to sound salesy, or I didn't want to sound pitchy, or I didn't want to sound whatever. So I kind of just didn't tell them anything. And then I realized that that wasn't fair, because if someone didn't tell me, even though when they first tried to, I was like, look, I'm not doing the sales thing, But if someone didn't first tell me, I wouldn't be a mama. We wouldn't have the lives that we have right now. I wouldn't have the wellness and health that I have right now. And I just keep thinking about that. And I just keep thinking, like, I don't know. I felt for me that it was kind of selfish for me to hold on to it. So that's when I decided I was going to jump in and full force run this thing. And already, the 4 families that we've been able to get started on all this and talk to, I like in this short amount of time, that I decided to run full force, because our team is a lot bigger than that. We have 44, but just the 4 recent, when I decided to just gung-ho run this, I have seen their lives change. I've seen their personality, like just their whole demeanor, their energy, all of it already change in a matter of weeks. And that excites me so much. That excites me so much that I'm just like, the last time I was that excited about something was when I started my hair career 17 years ago. So I don't jump into things lightly. I don't just jump in and see where it goes and hope for the best. I make sure that I fully believe in it. I fully love it. I fully support it before I make it real. And the fact that I'm feeling that same excitement that hair showed me 17 years ago makes me know that I'm doing the right thing. So that's why I chose the business side. That's pretty much it. We are on a huge challenge and goal right now to just tell so many families about these and how they can help and really talk to you. I used to be the one that was like, hey, I'll give you a sample of like lavender or peppermint, but here's the thing, we're all different and we all have different needs and we all have different desires and wants and holes to fill. So I'd love to be able to talk with you and be able to see if there is a need for this in your life. And it would just greatly help because we're running for a huge goal, and I just like for you to help with that goal as I help you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my story. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope to hear from you. If you are interested, just reach out, talk to me. No question is off limits because I am an open book. If there's something I don't have an answer to or just don't know how to answer, I'll let you know that, or I'll find it. But other than that, I look forward to talking with you, and thanks for your time.